as far as I know, we don't have a point of view about that. You can think whatever you like about this. Some people in Freemasonry believe in creation, or like creationists. I believe that God. In South America, last year I was on a ritual in Brussels. There were brothers from Brazil, there were brothers from Mexico, there were from Cuba. So sometimes we attend each other's meetings. Of course, not always, because we cannot fly everywhere and so on. There is a book with addresses. Every year we publish a book with addresses of Masons in every country. So if you travel, you can visit brothers and sisters from lodges, you can visit temples. But it's from A to Z, from Argentina to Zaire and many in between. I think maybe certainly more than 100 countries. Maybe more, I don't know precisely.
Ya, lebih dari 190 negara berbio. Freemason boleh beroperasi. Indonesia pun saya udah boleh ya, sejak zaman itu udah boleh.
Mungkin gini, Pak, bisa dijelaskan sebenarnya makna simbolnya segitiga bintang David itu sebenarnya menurut beliaunya apa maknanya? Karena di beberapa simbol itu ternyata di candi juga kita temukan. Terus di ranca eker, ranca buaya ada dulu, di Tegowang itu sempat ada. Itu sempat dibawa ke museum. Artinya apakah hanya karena simbol bintang David itu muncullah sebuah larang? Nah, menurut perspektif beliau seperti apa?
So he's asking about the symbol of the star, David star, and then
David star,
the angel compass. According to you, what's your interpretation of the symbol? Because we also in some temples here, in ancient temples, candi, we have the similar symbol.
Well, it's maybe coming from here, I don't know, well, in many systems of thinking, you have a triangle, and so like for us, a triangle is wisdom, force, and beauty. That we repeat it all the time. So in other systems, they also use similar things. Of course. We are also the fact that there is like a star. We want to make the members aware that we are not the center of the universe. We are part of something much bigger, and we have to take responsibility of it. So, like in Christianity, for instance, they say God created the world, but then people are responsible. So they have to take care of the world. He doesn't come in between anymore. Not every Christian believes this. Some Christian people, I know Christian people who believe, for instance, I had a very beautiful example. I know a colleague of me in Holland, she was a teacher, and her father was a strict Protestant. And she was wearing a short skirt. And her father said, "You shouldn't go out like that." She said, "I do what I want." And she went out, and she goes in the street, and she falls on the ground. And her father says, "You see, God came in between. He punished you immediately." So this is a kind of, you have theists, you have different ways of looking at God. Some people believe God still will do something here and now. Others say, no, it's the responsibility of humans. God will be there at the end of time. There's eschatology, maybe tomorrow, maybe 1,000 years, we don't know. But what the meaning, the fact that we have this star makes us think about that we are a part of something very big. And how we think about it, well, it's up to you. If you believe God still can intervene today, okay, it's up to you. I don't believe the girl felt because of God. I think there was a stone or something, or maybe something wrong with her shoe. But okay, it's different interpretation. If her father thinks it's God, that's okay. Let him think that. Yeah.
So there's no connection with the Jewish, because the stars is, we believe on the Jewish symbol. No?
Yahweh. This is
No. Freemasonry certainly does not really origin in Jewish tradition. Of course, some Jewish people are a member. I know a few people who are members, but they are not Orthodox Jewish. They are more open. So they are more, open for other people. Like if you are the really Orthodox Jewish, like in Antwerp and Belgium, we have them. They are very rich. They are making diamonds and things, selling diamonds. But they are not a member. We have Jewish people, but they are more liberal Jewish, let's say. Yeah.
Jadi yang segitiga tadi, mereka sekali lagi tadi ada 3 hal utama tadi, wisdom, power, dan beauty tadi ya, itu yang harus mereka jaga terus ya. Kebijaksanaan, energi dipakai untuk kebaikan, terus beauty tidak hanya estetika kecantikan, keindahan, tapi etika, menjaga etika itu. Terus kalau bintang itu kita itu bagian dari semesta, nggak ada hubungan dengan Yahweh, Yahudi dan macam karena berangkat dari tradisi berbeda.
Oke, Mbak Nuri, moga. Ada penerjemahnya, tenang.
Rahayu untuk semuanya.
Rahayu.
Maaf, agak terlambat karena kondisi nyonya lagi sakit. Menarik, sangat menarik. Saya meskipun menangkap sedikit dari ujungnya karena terlambat, tapi sedikit banyak saya juga baru tadi mengenal Freemason. Saya buka di Google. Ya. Artinya setelah ini tadi terkonek langsung, kalau kita lihat memang pendapat Freemason ini adalah bisa jadi puncak dari sebuah ritual agama atau ritual dari penghayat atau apapun, karena ujung-ujungnya kan kita mencari kebaikan, mencari kesamaan setiap manusia untuk berbuat kebaikan. Tetapi apakah di Freemason ini ada ritual khusus? Artinya kita tanpa meditasi, tanpa ritual agama, tanpa kita menenangkan lewat manekung untuk penghayat, kita akan kesulitan juga untuk memunculkan reaksi dari dalam diri itu untuk lebih memahami makna dari sebuah kebaikan ataupun kecintaan kita untuk menjaga alam semesta ini.
Oke, terima kasih. The question is in searching outdoor or in developing self, whether there's any ritual like in other religions that we do meditation or do some prayer, things like that.
Well, we don't pray. We try to create an atmosphere. So the opening of a session is to try to create an atmosphere of being relaxed. So we always start with a moment of silence, so that everybody can, let's say, leave the outside world a bit behind, and now we are here and relax. Open for, but we don't pray. We don't do meditation in the temple. But of course, some people do that. Some people will pray, but not there, maybe at home or in the church. And meditation. Recently I was following a speech in my lodge from somebody giving a speech about the value of meditation. So this person was speaking about scientific research, about the positive impact of meditation on health and so on. So we are certainly open for that, but it's not something that we practice in the lodge.
Jadi ritual yang lain tidak ada, tapi mereka ada momen saat hening sebelum memulai kegiatan pertemuan. Mereka bertemu sekali seminggu, ada saat hening aja.
Berarti ada ritualnya.
Ya, ritual saat hening ada. Terus ritual yang apa tadi ada lilin ada juga. Tapi bukan untuk dalam rangka berdoa atau coba menekung atau apa, bukan. Lebih nanti untuk supaya
perhatikan artinya kita itu diarahkan dalam kondisi untuk energi kebaikan. Intinya kan di sini.
Ya.
Berarti setiap agama atau setiap penghayat atau setiap pengamal apapun tanpa ikut Freemason. Jadi secara umum juga mereka juga Freemason yang sudah hidup tanpa diambil-ambil dia harus Freemason.
So his opinion that actually this at the present level, our religion also doing similar thing to Freemason, because we are searching for the truth, we are trying to do the good things. So even without ritual, we have to do good things. So Freemason's principle actually applied at all kind of religions or belief.
If you would compare Freemasonry with a religion, it would be maybe a kind of religion of humanity where everybody can have a place. Because the problem with a lot of religions is that they have a kind of concept, we and the others, and you should be converted to the religion. That's what the Dutch came doing. He tried to impose Protestantism or Catholicism. That's what we did. The Belgians in Zaire and Congo, we tried to impose our religion. But if you compare Freemasonry with religion, let's say we offer like a kind of religion where everybody can be a member. Huh? My answer?
Ya, dalam konteks kemanusiaan, manusia sejati, betul seperti itu. Hanya memang kemudian kalau secara institusi agama ada sangat berbeda ya, karena tadi ada punya pembatasan itu tadi.
Yeah, and without having to change, you can stay yourself, you can keep your beliefs.
Ya, jadi secara esensi betul apa mengupayakan kebaikan untuk diri sendiri gitu ya. Kalau kita memayu hening bawono tadi kan ya, Freemason kalau bahasa Jawa kan memayu hening pribadi dan memayu hening bawono, dua tadi yang mereka sebutkan. Tujuan utama Freemason adalah pribadi lebih baik dan dunia yang lebih baik.
I made a little text about the history of Freemasonry in Indonesia. I translate. It was in Dutch. I gave it as a presentation in the lodge one day a few years ago. I translated it today in English, but maybe we can translate it in Bahasa Indonesia. And people who would like to read it, it's maybe 7 pages or something. I don't know, something like that. It's not too much. Short article.
Yeah. So this is hard question, yeah. Very rude question, but hope you don't mind, yeah. Hope you don't mind. Many people think that Freemason is worshipper of Satan. So then, is that true? And then, do you believe in ghosts? Karena kalau nggak percaya hantu, masa menyembah?
Well, Satan. I think I know the origin of this belief, of this idea, of this myth, maybe. We have lodges that are called Lodge of Sintian. Sintian. And a lot of people, when they heard it, is Satan, Sintian, Satan, something like that. What
does that mean, Sintian?
Sintian is it's a Christian symbol. It's on a certain day that we do a certain ritual. But it doesn't have anything to do with Satan or something. Well, personally, I don't believe in Satan. I don't understand why God would create the bad thing. If God is really good, I don't understand why He creates blind children or a lot of misery in the world. So, and that Satan might try to seduce us in the world to do bad things. For me, like publicity is sometimes Satan. They try to impose McDonald's is Satan. Maybe it's bad for our health. Okay. Some people also in the lodge believe in it. Some people don't. But we certainly don't meet something or somebody which is Satan, no. And believing in ghosts, we are all the product of our education and of what we have at home, our education, our religious education at home. In my worldview, there were no ghosts. But I already mentioned the word of multi-perspectivism, and so I am not the only one to speak about reality. It is. I know people who believe in ghosts, very clever people. I know an engineer in Bandung, he had a PhD from Oxford, and we were in his office 20 years ago, and there was a storm coming, a wind, and the door smashes. He says, a ghost. Why do you mean a ghost, he says. I said, no, it's a wind. But he says it's a ghost. So, okay, for him it's a ghost. I can accept that people see behind the reality ghosts or a kind of spiritual impact on the world, which I don't see. Due to my education, I studied philosophy, I studied logic, I have a way of looking at things which is fruitful in many ways, but not in all ways. Other people have other ways of seeing and understanding reality, which I can accept. I don't want to impose mine, because I see also a lot of negativity of my point of view sometimes. But maybe the others also have positive and negative things. People seeing ghosts in reality, that might be an explanation for certain things, but maybe it also doesn't explain everything. So I don't know if this is a good answer, but that's how I react to this question.
Prinsipnya beliau tidak percaya setan, tidak percaya hantu, tapi beliau menghargai orang yang memiliki kepercayaan itu silahkan. Terus kenapa Freemason ada yang mengatakan memuja setan? Karena dulu ada Freemason yang bukan aliran atau Sintian itu pada hari tertentu melakukan ritual tertentu itu berdasarkan tradisi Kristen itu sebenarnya. Tapi dengan ritual mereka ada mungkin orang setan. Atau mungkin kalau di kita maaf ya, karena simbol Dajjal itu kan, mata satu Dajjal. Dan bagi padahal itu simbolnya dari Mesir kuno udah ada sebelum Islam ada udah ada. Tadi interpretasi simbol juga tadi bebas. Jadi nggak percaya hantu kan, karena pendidikan dan pengalaman hidupnya tidak ada unsur itu. Tapi beliau pernah bertemu teman di Bandung dengan PhD dari Oxford, engineer. Wah, ada hantu datang pada alim itu. Tapi dia tetap yang penting berteman baik. Gitu. Mau percaya setan, mau percaya hantu apa? Silakan. Yang penting silakan kita berteman baik.
Bahkan setan jadi
sahabat.
Sahabat.
Oke Pak Haji, jadi ada salah satu tokoh besar itu George Washington, Presiden Amerika pertama itu, termasuk Mozart, itu kan juga pengikut setia Freemason. Artinya sekali berbeliau, orang-orang besar itu malah justru banyak masuk ke Freemason saat era itu. Bahkan di uang dolar itu kan di simbolnya itu tetap dipasang. Nah, mungkin bisa dijelaskan apa yang latar belakangnya itu. Apakah era itu Freemason itu menjadi bagian perubahan? Kalau sekarang ada sebuah gerakan reformasi lah, merubah dunia dengan Freemason itu, atau memang ada satu tawaran waktu itu sehingga diminati era-era itu?
Yes, interesting question. You know, just Washington, so Freemason member, Mossad, and some high intellectual, or some people in power at that time, perhaps 200 years ago. So he asking about the position of Freemason at the time, whether at the time Freemason is very popular or very attractive or just power.
It depends a bit on the country. Like for instance in Holland, in the Netherlands now, they have about 5,000 members. And Belgium is smaller. Holland has 18 million inhabitants, 5,000 Masons. Belgium 11,000, and we have between 25 and maybe 30,000 Masons. So the popularity in Latin countries is bigger than in Anglo-Saxon countries. In Anglo-Saxon countries, like in the UK and in the United States, it's still an affair of the elite, close to the power, with more social impact. So but it depends a bit on the history of the country. If it has been oppressed, like in Spain and Portugal, it was forbidden also a long time. Well, it's growing, but it's still very small. And in other countries, like in Belgium, it was only forbidden by the Nazis, but now it's really 30,000 people. It's a lot of people in such a small country. Like in other countries, like in South America, like in Cuba and so on, a lot of people are members. Also ordinary people, not just the elite or something of the party, but normal people, workers, teachers. But quantitative answer is difficult to say. I don't know about it. To say more precise about different countries. Well, I know, like in countries, like for instance in Turkey, which is with Erdogan, it's almost a Muslim country. It used to be more secular country in the past, and now I think more becoming Islam country, but there is still a Freemasonry. I wanted to visit. I had a friend who was married with a Turkish lady, but unfortunately he died recently. But there are still Freemasons in Turkey. But it will not be a lot.
The question is whether Freemason at the time, let's say during the George Washington, has power or become the agent of change or something like that?
Yes, of course. I think in the French Revolution, in the American Revolution, some important people were Freemasons. But it's not that the Freemasonry was behind the revolution or something. They were members. It's like Reformatie here in 1998. Probably some Muslims were engaged in the Reformatie movement, and also other people. But I don't think that you can say Reformatie was a project of Islam or something. Because some were pro, some were contra, but of course some pro were Muslims. And just the same with Freemasonry. And I predict in Europe, coming decennia, there will be big social changes. And like in the UK, you have Brexit, so United Kingdom left the European community. They want to be independent, but there were serious problems in the UK. The healthcare, the people, the poverty is growing, and so on. So I think